Alright, good afternoon. Damion with Healing Culture here. Here to do a reading for my Sagittariuses today. Sagittariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So I just uploaded my first video, the one before this, which was for Scorpios, because we are in Scorpio season. And, you know, we just came out of a Venus in retrograde in Scorpio, so it was only fitting. And next we have the wonderful Fury energy that is mutable. And Fury. So Sagittarius is, though I am doing a reading on love here, keep in mind that in this general reading, a variety of things may arise that could do with family, work, and other relationships. Oh my goodness. So we have the wedding card that pops out, and I'm no BS. Swore in the last video, so I'm just gonna say no BS now. I do not know if any of you Sagittarius out there are with a Scorpio. I do not know if y'all are planning to propose to a Scorpio, in some way, shape, or form, initiate a new life or commitment with the Scorpio, but I will say this. And you may want to, if any of that just off the top resonated with you, you may want to put it in your head to go and watch the first video that I did upload for Scorpios on my channel, HKReadings, because the first card that I pulled for them, as for you, and you heard me shuffle, was the wedding card as the situation, as the situation, what is being manifested in the heavens here. This was the first card that I pulled for them. And I know I haven't gotten too far through the zodiac, and anybody could be receiving this type of love. But I am a firm believer in synchronicity. And I don't know what had me include that plug about the first Scorpio video. I guess it just felt right. But also, okay. We have the young woman here that has come out. All right, Sagittarius. I'm starting to get a sense of what's going on here, and yeah, furthering the point that it could tie into the Scorpio video, as far as this being the person that you are contemplating suiting. Maybe not, but let's continue, because I'll tell you all why. Despair reversed also came up in the last reading, okay? So we're going to pull one more here. Whatever. Okay. So, young woman, despair reversed, and the widower card. Oh, wow. And this also came up in the Scorpio reading, sweetheart upright. Okay. So, that was at the bottom of the deck. Ladies and gentlemen, that was at the bottom of the deck. Just got it to where to put it. There it is. What I'm seeing here is, with the young woman card, this being you, you are carrying about an energy of rejuvenation. This is a fresh start for you. This is something new for you, and there is a very positive sense of naivety that comes along with the connotation of the young woman card here. With the presentation of the card, just letting you know she is stepping into something new. She's stepping beyond a pillar that is upholding flowers. She's stepping into a beautiful rite of passage that is an ascendance from where she's come from, to take things to the next level, to end a karmic cycle and begin another journey. This is a new journey here. And where she came from, be it the young woman, realize where she came from was really a place of rebuilding. It has not so much to do with age, but like as the adult energy form of the child card, which is in this deck, whereas there's new birth and new beginnings, but it's of your wise and tried and true energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything new. We're not talking about a baby or an idea or this or that. We're talking about your youthful passage, you remembering and realigning with your youthfulness and stepping into something beautiful, coming from somewhere that was not so pleasant, coming from a tower moment, which in my deck would be the misfortune card, which is a house, a blaze, ridiculous fire. It's a very, very scary card. I'll just say that. But that's where you're coming from, and not only that, but the point of rebuilding internally, and getting some things right, getting a new attitude, a new perspective, because this card of commitment, this card of bond, this card of unity, and coming together to build, to create, I see is coming from this new rite of passage that you're experiencing, or that you shall experience very, very soon. I see it as something that is already taking place. And I see your Sagittarian energy, male, female, sun, moon, rising, Venus, as the energy that is making the offer, okay? What you're dealing with is you're dealing with someone who has a lot of inner conflict, who may have a lot of anger issues, may be prone to flying off the lid because they don't know how to control their emotions, they don't have a grasp on their emotions. And it's not so much focusing on the depressive aspect of those feelings as it is just physically and actively how much they can be a self-detriment to themselves. And in turn, it could affect, well, naturally it would affect whatever you and another are trying to build, or, you know, just a situation in general that is so volatile. And I'm not sure if you know this yet. I think it's something that's being hidden. As far as just what you don't see yet, it could be a matter of not much time being elapsed in y'all's acquaintanceship. It could be just a matter of them having a very solid poker face. But, so here's the old woman card, and I'm going to put this next to the widower. But the energy of this person that you seek receives your love, acknowledges not your ultimate offer, but acknowledges where things are going as she reads this letter. And this is energy that she's awaiting. So it's very much mutual. But there's not much action that comes with this card. This card is oh, that's sweet. This is the acknowledgement. This is the initial stage of satisfaction that you see from just putting it out there. Simply that you do have a certain level of love for someone. And the card surrounding it, the sweetheart card would really dictate what action there is to be taken. So with what they're dealing with internally, hostility, volatility, negative thoughts, negative emotions, just not carrying them out in a very conducive way, the message for them is to let go of what does not serve them, to put an end to the past and lay things to rest. And one of the things that you will also notate about the Widower card in this Gypsy Oracle deck is the level of mourning that he has on his face, because his face is so to terms with everything. You see it, you feel it, you acknowledge it, that this is just really out of respect. To lay this here upon this grave, it is merely out of respect. And it is the energy that must be carried by this person to really open up and remember all of the lessons that they have learned to this point, the benefits of ending karmic cycles, what to repeat, what not to repeat, and why. Knowing better, knowing what's good for them and what's right and what really matters, and this is a situation that seems to be so. So we'll continue to pull for a further sense of action here. A further sense of action here. I will say you could also be dealing with a Libra. There's strong Libran energy here to suggest. Strong Libran energy to suggest, with the Widower card, I will also say that I feel as though it is a literal person that needs to be let go of in a situation. And I feel a sense of your partner as far as taking it to the next level, or your interest if you're single. You're tired. Okay? Very tired. They feel worn. They feel much older than they are, much older than they should be. They feel very tired and worn. Thought. So this is a place of both. I don't see any action necessarily coming now. I think that there's a clear insight as to what should be done. A clear insight as to what should be done. But for right now, things are lying in limbo with contemplation. On your end, though not so much. On the other end, it's balancing. Okay? This is balancing here. This is pros and cons here. Okay? This is what I know versus what I'm still feeling because of residual hurt. So the person that you're dealing with is having a difficult time. Not so difficult though, because there are cards that I'm not seeing where it could be much more difficult and maybe much more of a defeatist attitude, or maybe have me recommend for Sagittarius is to really just take it easy and take things as they come, and maybe bring back emotionally a little bit because of XYZ. But no, I feel like there's a level of temperance here, that with this person knowing what must be done, it just is. It's only a matter of time. Friend reverse. Okay. And then what we're gonna do here, there is a point where I feel like a clarifier is very necessary. Okay. Money. We'll get one more. It's a room full of money, y'all. Money on the table, safe open with money in it. Melancholia. Interesting how similar this is to the Scorpio reading. You know, what I'm seeing here is like money being a factor, money causing sadness, a person who has an environment around them that is very fruitful, all of the opportunities and all of the tools, but is just not turning around to recognize, you know, what's beyond the sentiments that they have, the feelings that they have. Money, I think, is indicative of inner riches that they possess, and also indicative of external riches that they feel that they don't have. But again, there's a sense of security here, and temperance and stability that I feel is not acknowledged and not appreciated. I feel as though they need a friend. You're probably the person who can really help get these things to come to surface if you know, with them, if you match the same level of temperance and build comfort. Because they don't know what to do. And I don't know if you've ever thought about playing the friend approach, because as a lover you feel like it's all inclusive to being there for someone. But I think a backwards approach may be necessary right now to really reel things in. Yeah, and we have the wife card here. So by doing that, wife, wedding, I mean, yeah, by really coming into a point of saying, hey, well, yeah, I have all this passion. Yes, I have all of this fire. Yes, I am a Sag. Yes, it is just within me. Yes, it's just from my experience to be this way. There are multiple aspects of getting what you want, Sagittarius, and you know that you value friendship within a relationship, you know, as a strong anchor more than many other signs, because, you know, these are the bonds that are built that you know, you're able to travel the world with these individuals, where you're able to, the child's card, y'all. Where you're able to travel the world with this individual, where you're able to, and it takes a lot of security to be able to do that. It takes emotional and financial security and stability. It takes all of those things, and the approach at this point, instead of coming later, could likely come now, should come now, to really be a catalyst for what you want. Be that friend that they don't have right now. Be that friend that they don't have right now. Okay? Because from that, we pulled wife, which has different connotations and, you know, and in different ways that it's laid down. But this is a longing and a yearning. At the end of the day, it's, you know, I feel like every way I'd read it, it would be synonymous with that. But the way we would take that longing and that yearning is they've been waiting for this and waiting for you. And maybe not even knowing that they needed a friend. but it came down to you being that and showing your multifaceted nature, showing your mutability, as I alluded to, your fiery mutability in the beginning of this video. And turn the sweetheart into the wife, you know, your end result to bring about this card of unity, an eternal bond, twin flame energy, child, new birth, beginnings. This could be very literal. You could literally, and because as you also see in this wife card, she's also holding a child. So this could be literal sanctity of having a child. Okay. But there will be birth and new beginnings either way. New ideas, building wealth, starting businesses. There will be just tons of birth that comes from this. But I do feel as though it'll take some intervention. Like the universe has intervened. And the universe has done its part on that scale. Now you have much the rest of it that's left to the person that you're dealing with. Shuffling the goddess guidance here. And the rest, you know, I do see as being intervention by you if that's something that you choose to do. Getting further in the story here, what does the goddess guidance have to say? What do the goddesses care to relay? What a beautiful, beautiful Friday. So we have Lakshmi. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying, everything's going to be fine. So on both ends, worry to be alleviated in general. That's one thing that the universe has made sure of, is to bring about all the tranquility that's deserved of this to take off, okay? The bright future, it's all of the manifestations that I just spoke on between like the wedding, the wife, and the child card. And then including the money here and the widower card, because, you know, when you say farewell to energies that do not serve you, you're very much transforming your game here. You're very much elevating to a new playing field here. You're very much, you know, once you remove, you allow other things to come in, and you're letting beautiful things come in at that point, once that's done. You know, there's so much vibrance in this card. There's so much tranquility, from the sun to the seas to the birds. You know, Lakshmi is really telling us that the situation for you Sagittarius is manageable. Instead of worrying, take action. And as far as taking action, just be there. And for them too, because you're coming. And I don't know if they know it yet. Ein. I pulled Ein for the last video, the last reading here too. But I had to keep it moving, leap of faith, take a risk, and put your heart's true desire into action. Okay? So if you know everything's going to be fine, and everything's manifesting for you, and like I did speak on, you know, keep in mind that Venus, this Venus that was retrograding in Scorpio, that has just recently gone direct. You know, Venus is direct again. although we are being put into a Mercury retrograde, what going back direct did for us was put things back in alignment in our love lives. Everything that was in turmoil and chaotic was put back into perspective and put back into our lives the way it was meant to be. This beautiful constructed puzzle here. Beautifully constructed puzzle. Now, be that as it may, with Mercury coming into retrograde, there's still going to be issues, big or small, that's dependent upon the person, with communication. You know, how do we take everything that we've learned in this Venus in retrograde and apply it to literally being able to manifest verbal and nonverbal communication that is healthy and that expresses what we've learned and how we feel to really move and navigate? Because if there was any Mercury in retrograde that was just so navigable, it would be this one. Don't you feel it? You know? And you're not starting any new contracts, you're not doing any, like, look, hey, this is energy that has been here, that has been being worked on, that has been crafted and manifested. Green Terra, start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. So whatever your plans are, okay, that you're wanting to manifest that's a part of this big dream, reach out to the resources that you have and connect. And as far as it being this person, you know, it's seen here with the Green Terra that not only is there much for you to do for this person, but much for them to do for you. And isn't that how this works? Okay? So come to each other for help in communicating. Come to each other for help with whatever you feel like you still may be lacking or transitioning. And really take this time to stack on top of everything that you have yourself done during this Venus in retrograde in Scorpio. Because believe it's going to be matched and mirrored, okay, with your soulmate energy on the other side of things, by this other person. So we're just about wrapped up here. So let's bring it all together. We need a solid summation. Goddess guidance, give me a card of summation here for Sagittarius, his Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and or Venus, actually. Because, you know, some people have some really strong Sagittarius energy from their chart. November 16th to November 30th, 2018. Here we go. Isis, past life. The situation involves your past life memories. Now, past life memories, as I spoke of in the video before, you have twin flames, you have soulmates, as I believe your twin flames are more the energy that's going to stick around, as well as teach you where the soulmates come in, and what we make of soulmates is not necessarily what they are, okay? Now, when I speak of twin flame energy, when I speak of energy that's literally going to be around and solid in foundation, here's another affirmation of it, like, affirming that you're dealing with past life energy here, but it's not this karmic cycle that you're necessarily having to navigate to end and to move on from, but something that you've earned from ending those karmic cycles to just move on to enjoying your life and finally living, you know? So understand that this is energy that you've been connected to, and there's much reason for it to feel as strong as it does. But be mindful not to get discouraged and just think that, okay, well, this is just another cycle or pattern of the same ish I've been doing, and now what I need to do is do this differently, and that'll disconnect really from what my heart feels. But I don't want to overexert myself again or get hurt again or go through this again. It's not the same, guys. It is not the same, okay? Not this time. But Mercury in retrograde, so as we are still dealing with transitory energy from Venus, and as we are still dealing with the things that have been going on in our lives, the one thing that can help us is to communicate openly and honestly, at least with ourselves, and that will somehow project into the world in an appropriate way, okay? Love you, Sagittarius.